Good morning. It's Thursday, April 9th. I'm Miriam Bosiljevets. The chief of the Hlutsekay Dene First Nation is questioning the sincerity of the Premier's apology. R.J. Simpson said sorry on Tuesday for the distress caused when wildlife officers raided a cultural camp in 2022. They were investigating illegal caribou harvesting. Chief James Marlowe says that apology should have come in person.
Who is he apologizing to? That's the question, because he did it on his own, away with no presence of Hlutsekay Dene First Nation, or who's he apologizing? There's no audience, there's nobody, and that's the question. Is it sincere?
Marlowe says the First Nations' opposition to major projects in the area will continue. One person is dead and another seriously injured after a snowmobile collision in a remote part of the NWT. RCMP say the collision happened on Sunday, more than 400 kilometers east of Fort Smith, near the border with Saskatchewan. It involved a hunting party from Saskatchewan. An investigation is ongoing. A Quebec man will go to trial in the NWT Supreme Court over the alleged murder of a 29-year-old in Fort Good Hope. That's the outcome of a preliminary inquiry that concluded yesterday. Sasha Benna is accused of murder after police linked a suspicious death in February of last year to the drug trade. Benna was 18 years old at the time. A date for his trial has yet to be set. The NWT Supreme Court has sentenced a man to 3 years in prison for a sexual assault that occurred nearly 6 years ago. A jury convicted Fraser Goulet of the charge in November 2025. They found he had sexually assaulted a woman at Yellowknife's Capitol Suites in May 2020. Court records indicate the COVID-19 pandemic delayed the trial. Goulet also changed lawyers. Yellowknife's École Hélène Saint-Cyr is the latest school to report elevated lead levels in its water. One drinking fountain had levels of lead that were 10 times the Health Canada guideline limit. Meanwhile, the town of Fort Smith also has new lead results to report. The town says only one fixture in its recreation center has lead problems, but the town hall and fire hall both reported high concentrations. Read more on the Cabin Radio website. The GNWT has begun the process of figuring out how to update its systems for land titles and corporate registries. Both offices currently rely on a paper-based system that the territory says is antiquated. The GNWT is asking for submissions from companies that can help with modernization. And the head of the Fur Institute of Canada says the market is experiencing a renaissance. Doug Chazon is the executive director of the organization. He says last month's fur harvesters auction in North Bay, Ontario, saw some fur sell at record prices. Inventory of some animal pelts completely or nearly sold out.
Right now, the fur market is very strong. We're going through what some folks are calling a mini boom.
Chasson says he expects strong demand to continue at the next fur auction in June. Your weather forecast for today, Yellowknife -5 and mainly sunny. Inuvik -10 with a high chance of flurries. Norman Wells -2 with snow. Hay River -1 and mainly cloudy. Fort Smith high of +1 with periods of light snow. And Fort Simpson +3 today and mainly cloudy.